Welcome to Pastor J Ministries. This is Pastor J, and I'm bringing you this week's devotional summary. We shared with you Hebrews 11:1. The scripture says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That scripture almost sounds like an oxymoron. Substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Well, there was a series of questions that we asked in the devotional email that we sent out to you. And some of those questions included ones like this one. How should faith work in the life of the believer? Well, in this definition of faith, it's often misunderstood that faith is this blind trust that we just simply believe, and that's faith. Well, that's partly true, but not entirely true. Faith is not simply the confession of what we believe to be true, but it's the actions we take to what we know is true. And so this is how we begin to understand and walk in this clarity of what faith is. Faith is not a blind trust. Faith is the response in obedience to instructions or commands that God has given with the guarantee of promises fulfilled. If you ever take a look at scripture, and you'll find that when God gives certain promises, he gives the promise, but there's this connecting condition. It says, if my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will heal their land. See, God is one who he ties his promises to an action of obedience on our part. The action of obedience isn't in response to what we see, but to what we know God will do in response to our obedience. This is often where we fail in faith. We often are just hoping for God to just do something, and we believe that he'll do it. And it's not that he won't do it, but it's often tied to the condition of our obedience. And I would encourage some of you at some point to really take a look and pay attention to the scriptures where God gives us these promises and how they are directly tied to our obedience to commands and instructions he gives. See, there's another question I had. Why is it impossible to please God without faith? Because the scripture clearly says that without faith, it is impossible to please God. Well, the answer to that is another really simple answer. Because without our obedience, if we're questioning the instruction of God, we're questioning whether he will do what he says that he will do. Which then what is that saying to God? That I don't believe that you are capable or that you will. So what are we then really saying? Are we saying that God is a liar? That he is a man that he should lie, that he doesn't keep or fulfill his promises? So everything about this is faith. Every action I take to what God says do when I don't see what the promise is in reality, but I trust and know that it's a guarantee he will produce it in reality in response to my obedience. See, that's what faith is. So faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I'm taking the action on what is unseen so that in my action to what is unseen and for what is unseen, my life will produce the evidence of it because God is faithful and he guarantees that his promises will be fulfilled. He has never failed on any of his promises because that's just who God is. He is faithful even when we are not. So again, I want to encourage you, if you would like to sign up and subscribe to our weekly emails, we send one out the first of the week with a scripture. We give you several different questions that are study questions with other cross-reference scriptures. We also give some personal questions, some personal evaluation questions that you can take, and you can take the scripture and just see how it applies to your personal life. So if you would like to get these emails, go to our website, pastorjministries.org, and that's pastor, the letter J, ministries.org. Subscribe today, get our emails, get the questions that come along with that for your daily devotion and your personal study. And then on Fridays, just like today, we will come and we will provide you with a summary video, just simply giving some clarity to the study that we've provided you in. So have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon.